Hello everyone. Hi guys. So this is a very important video for all of you because in this video you are going to get the compilation of all the four modules of PPP, all the questions of Macmillan, and you know that Macmillan is the one book that you need to clear your PPP examination. So whatever the questions which are mentioned in the Macmillan, that questions are solved in this complete video. So this is a very important video for all of you. It is a complete compilation of all the MCQs which are mentioned in the Macmillan of PPP. So kindly watch this video and share this video as much as you can. Thank you so much everyone. The very first question is the principal function of the bank is or are. So, what is the principal function of the bank? Accepting deposit, lending and investment, non fund business, and remittance services, all of the above, or only A and B? The principal functions of the bank is or are is everyone. Please answer this question. The principal function of the bank is or are is everyone. Please answer this question. The principal function of the bank is yes. So Ruchi has said all that is correct. Accepting deposit for the purpose of lending and investment plus the remittance services which the bank is giving. These are all considered as the principal function of the bank. So D is correct, means all of the above is correct. Right? Good. Next question. When a bank lends money to the corporate person, bank is lending money to the corporate person, the relationship is of borrower lender, creditor debtor, debtor creditor, or customer client. Everyone, bank is giving money to the corporate person, so the relationship here is because the bank is giving money, bank is what, and the corporate person is called as what? Everyone, please answer this question. Very easy. Mansa, Arnav, Hema, Ruchi. Okay, everyone, there are 9 bankers watching this session. Everyone, at least just like the video. At least just like the video. Everyone, just please answer this question. So, when a bank lends money to the corporate person, the relationship between them is of what? Yes, so bank is lending money, bank is a creditor, corporate person is a debtor, creditor, debtor is the correct answer. Obviously, B is the correct answer. Next question. What relationship is created when the bank collects a check in clearing? Collects a check in clearing. Holder for the value, clearing member and principal, agent and principal, collecting bank and holder, or none of the above. Very easy. So when a bank is accepting check for the clearance, then what is actually the relationship here? Everyone, please answer this question. Please answer this question, guys. So bank collects a check for clearing. So in this, actually, the bank is acting on the request of its client. Client is the principal and bank is acting as an agent. So the relationship is of agent and principal, right? Yes, Ruchi, the correct answer is C. Arnav, C. Yes, Hema. Everyone, C is the correct answer because C. Now here, bank collects a check because bank is acting on the behalf of the principal, or it is acting on the request of its client or customer. So client and customer is giving instructions, so they are the principal. Bank is an agent, so the agent and principal is the relationship. Next, demand deposits are those which are on request, on sanction by manager, on demand, or on persuasion. Very easy. Demand deposits are those which are payable on request, sanction, demand, or persuasion. Very easy. Hello, Mahendra. How are you? Mahendra is a previous cycle banker, okay, who have cleared his JIB examination, right, in the last, and he is actually studying in the October batch, right? So how are you, Mahendra? How is everything going, and how is your CIB preparation is going? The main thing, CIB preparation. So you have cleared your CIB examination also, right? In the December, I think so. Good. So here, if we talk about the demand deposit, yes, these are those deposits which are payable on demand, right? Good. Next, merchant bankers are financial broker, financial intermediaries, underwriters, credit appraiser, or all of the above. Okay, good. So CIB registration is actually started recently, I think from yesterday. So you have to register, you have to just get up and clear your examination. Okay. So merchant bankers, no Hema, just please read out this question. Merchant bankers, they are actually acting as a financial intermediary. Merchant banking, in merchant banking, the banks are actually playing the role of the financial intermediary. First unit, module A, bank customer relationship. I have explained it in detail, right? Next. Next question is, bank appoint a dash who is responsible for the submission of the reports to Financial Intelligence Unit India, designated director, company secretary, principal officer, or compliance officer. So the correct answer is, everyone, bank appoints a dash who is responsible for the submission of reports to Financial Intelligence Unit India. So the correct answer is, so bank should appoint a principal officer, right, Ruchi? Yes, C is the correct answer. So bank should appoint a principal officer who is actually responsible for the submission of the report to the Financial Intelligence Unit India. So C is the correct answer, everyone. Okay. Next. Customers are typically categorized in dash risk categories: 4, 3, 2, or 5. Customers are typically categorized in dash risk categories. So, in how many risk categories the customers are categorized? Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, at least please like the video. Whoever is watching this session, it's a request, everyone, to just please like this video. Everyone, first of all, just please like this video, everyone. Okay, so if we talk about this question, yes, it is characterized into three particular risk: high, medium, and low risk customer, right? So this is the categorization of the customer according to their profile. Director of Financial Intelligence Unit India can take action against dash for the violation of the PMLA obligations: bank, employee, principal officer, or all of the above. So director of India Director of Financial Intelligence Unit India can take action against whom if they are not complying with the Prevention of Money Laundering Act obligations. So the correct answer for this question is what? Yes, all of the above. So they can take action against bank, they can take action against employee, they can take action against principal officer. The correct answer is D. All of the above is the correct answer. Next question. Non-profit organizations. Transaction report pertains to dash in the account of NPOs, not profit organizations. Non-profit organization transaction reports pertain to dash cash transaction, all receipt above the threshold value, or cash receipt. Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, please answer this question. Okay, so non-profit organization transaction reports pertains to receipt above a threshold value in the accounts of non-profit organization. Okay, non-profit organization transaction, this is actually unit second, module A, right? I have explained it in the KYC guidelines, right? Next. Next question is, in case of a company which is not listed any individual withholding more than dash of the total share capital is a beneficial owner. So I have told you that beneficial owner KYC is also compulsory. Okay, so who is a beneficial owner? I have explained in detail. So you have to tell me if it is a company which is not listed, that holding more than dash of the total share capital is a beneficial owner of that company. 15, 30, 10, or 25% in case of a company. So the correct answer is, that is a very important question, and I have given you this, that this is a very important question for you all. Everyone, please answer this question. So it is 10%, everyone. So if it, any individual is holding more than 10% of the total share capital in the company, then that person is called as a beneficial owner of that company. And in this case, the beneficial owner KYC is compulsory. So C here is the correct answer. You have to remember it. Okay, C is the correct answer. Next, customer acceptance policy of a bank should state that a bank will not open an account which is operated by third person on the behalf of account holder for a professional intermediary for its client in a Benami name or without a PAN. Customer acceptance policy of a bank should state that the bank will not open an account for what? Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, everyone, please subscribe to this channel. Okay, I always share the link, but you have to subscribe this channel, right? So if we talk about the customer acceptance policy, yes, obviously the bank should not open any account in a Benami name. So C is the correct answer. True? Yes, Hema. Yes, Arnav. Yes, Smriti. Yes, Sukanya. Yes. Okay, next. Among the documents stated below, dash is not an officially valid document. PAN card, job card by Narega, letter issued by NPR, National Population Registrar, or proof of possession of Aadhaar number. Among the documents stated below, dash is not an officially valid document. Everyone, that is not an officially valid document. Obviously, it is PAN card. PAN card is not an officially valid document. Good. In case of NRI, non-residential Indians, for the purpose of opening account, a copy of KYC document may be certified by whom? NRI himself, employer of NRI, any bank branch, or by a judge. So if you are an NRI, if you want to open an account, then for your KYC, the certification should be come from NRI herself, employer, bank branch, or a judge. So the correct answer for this question is, everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, please answer this question. My voice is low. I think, Rigved, there is something wrong by your side, because I am speaking loudly. Plus, I don't think so that my voice is not clear. Everyone, you are having any issue in the voice? So in case of NRI, it should be certified by a judge. It should be certified by whom? It should be certified by a judge. So D is the correct answer, right? So in case of NRI, for the purpose of opening an account or copy of KYC document, it should be certified by a judge. Okay, so D is the correct answer. Okay. A current account cannot be operated by woman, individual, illiterate person, or non-resident. A current account cannot be operated by whom? Everyone, please answer this question. A current account cannot be operated by whom? A woman, individual, illiterate person, or a non-resident. So the correct answer for this question is yes. So if we talk about the current account, it is not given to Pardanasheen women, illiterate person, minor. Okay, so the correct answer is C. An illiterate person is not allowed to operate a current account. So C is the correct answer. Yes, C. Next question. A minor age dash years or above is allowed to operate a saving bank account individually. A minor age dash years and above is allowed to operate a saving bank account individually. So there is a basic age, and basic, over and above basic age, bank is allowed to determine their own age, fix their own age also, in which they allowed the minor to operate the saving bank account individually or independently. So if there is a minor who age 10 years and above, right, D is the correct answer. 10 years and above, then they are allowed to operate the saving bank account independently, right? Next question. For a safe deposit locker, a customer can make dash nominees. In a safe deposit locker, a customer can make dash nominees. One, more than one, four, or two. In a safe deposit locker, a customer can make how many nominees? One, more than one, four, or two. So the correct answer is, everyone please answer this question. So the correct answer is what? So the correct answer is what? Obviously, more than one, more than one, more than one. Okay, so in a safe deposit locker, a customer can choose to have a more than one nominee also. B is the correct answer, right? B is the correct answer. Next question. If it is a single operator, then only single individual can be a nominee. If it is a joint account, then it can have a more than one nominee also. Okay? Yes, Hema. Interest rate on fixed deposit can be different on deposit based in rural areas, individual, different tenure, or of women. Very easy. Interest rate on FDs can be different on deposits in rural areas, of individual, of different tenure, or of women. So the correct answer for this question is what, everyone? Yes, so if they have different time period, their interest rate can be different, right? It doesn't depends upon rural areas, individual, or women. So C is the correct answer. Okay, good. Next, which of the following requirement is not mandatory for check under the check truncation system 2010 standards? Field placement as prescribed, security, threat, pre-filled account field, or watermark. Which of the following is not mandatory for the check truncation system? Check truncation system, which is not mandatory for the check truncation system. So the correct answer is, so there is security threats which are not mandatory for the check truncation system standards 2010. Other than that, all things are compulsory, right? Okay, next question. Under the CTS process, check truncation system process, dash images is or are to be taken of each check. Check truncation process, how many images is or are to be taken of each check? 2, 1, 3, or 4? How many images of the check? Everyone, please answer this question. At least everyone who is watching this video, just please like and share the video. Guys, everyone, please like and share the video. At least just please like the video. And all of you guys, 10 bankers are watching. I am seeing that you all haven't subscribed this channel. See, again, I'm saying that please subscribe this channel and please press the bell notification icon, because every time I'm taking the marathon, like the tomorrow's marathon module B, then day after tomorrow marathon C and D, it will be on this particular channel. So you have to subscribe this channel, everyone. Okay. Now, if we talk about the check truncation process, dash images is or are taken of each check. 3 images: front black and white, back black and white, and front back is gray scale image. So these 3 images are taken for the check truncation process. C is the correct answer. Next, which of the following statement is not acceptable in the check collection policy? Not acceptable. The bank will take all the possible measure for safeguarding the instrument, compensate the customer for any delay, not responsible for any delay arising out of their circumstances. No compensation will be paid for the delay in the collection of the local check. Not acceptable in the check collection policy. Which of the following is not acceptable in the check collection policy? Everyone, Which of the following is not acceptable in the check collection policy? Rigved D, Sukanya D, Kavita, Ruchi, Arnav, Hema, everyone. So the correct answer is yes. So if you are saying that no compensation is paid for the delay in the collection of local check, that is wrong. D is the correct answer. Next, lien is a dash of a creditor to retain the possession. Right, instrument, obligation, interest. Very easy. The lien, I just explained you what is the lien. Okay, lien is the dash of the creditor to retain the possession, everyone. Lien is the dash of the creditor to retain the possession. Yes, lien is the right of the creditor to retain the possession. Next, banker's lien is a bailment of a good, agreement, implied pledge, or an stoppage. Please answer this question. Banker's lien is a bailment of good, agreement, implied pledge, or an stoppage. Banker's lien is a what? Everyone. Banker's lien is a what? Everyone, please answer this question. Banker's lien is a, yes, banker's lease in a implied pledge means you don't have to necessarily express it exclusively. It is already understood that bank has the right to retain the possession of the good until the debt of the debtor is fully paid. So C is the correct answer. Implied pledge, C is the correct answer. Okay, next, right to appropriate the debit balance in one account with the credit balance in another account is called as garnishee, set off, lien, or rating. Very easy. Right to set off the credit balance in one account with the debit balance in another account is called as what? Everyone, please answer this question. Yes, it is called as the right to set off. B is the correct answer. It is called as the right to set off. B. Next, mandate is a dash. Stamped agreement, memorandum of understanding, unstamped agreement, or the letter of authority. Mandate is a mandate. Everyone. Mandate is a mandate is a it is a right to set off. B. Yes. Mandate, yes, mandate is a unstamped agreement, while power of attorney is a stamped agreement. I have already given you the difference in detail. Power of attorney is a stamped agreement. Mandate is an unstamped agreement. C is the correct answer. Next question. The person to whom a power of attorney is given is called as the person to whom a power of attorney is called as dash and who give it is called as dash. Very easy. Everyone, very easy. Person, power of attorney. Power of attorney. Everyone, please answer this question. Power of attorney. Power of attorney. The person to whom the power of attorney is given is called as the donee, and to who or who give it's called as the donor. The one who is giving is called as the donor, and the one who receives is called as the donee. You are all saying pawner and pony. Just a second, just a second, you guys, everyone, just a second. I'm just checking it out. There is a confusion in this thing because I think pawner and pony is different. Sometime I am confused in this also. Power of attorney, right? Just a second. Just a second, everyone. Yes, it is donor and donee. It is not pawner and pony. Why you are calling as pawner and pony? It is donor and donee. I am correct here. You all confused me. Okay, it is donee and donor. The person to whom it is given, it is donee, and who gave it is called as the donor. It is not pawner and pawnee. Okay, next. As per the FEMA, the basic criteria for a person to be considered as a resident Indian during the preceding financial year, which must be for a minimum of dash days, 90, 182, 180, or 91 days. So, Foreign Exchange Management Act has defined the resident Indian rules that you have to stay for how many days, minimum for how many days in the preceding financial year to be called as the resident Indian. So, the correct answer for this question is yes, it is 182 days. 182 days is the correct answer, right? Next question. Drawal of a foreign of exchange or drawal of foreign exchange by resident is not permitted for visit to which country? Bhutan, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, or Bangladesh? Everyone. Now, this already I have explained. Everyone. So, if you are drawing your foreign exchange for your visit to which country is not permissible? It is not permissible. Bhutan, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, or Bangladesh. So, if you are withdrawing your foreign exchange for visiting to Bhutan, no, for visiting to Bhutan, then it is not allowed. It is Bhutan. Yes. Okay. So, A is the correct answer here. Everyone. Okay. Done. Next. The ceiling on the amount permitted to be remitted under the liberalized remittance scheme initially was how many dollars? 75,000, 50,000, 10,000, or 25,000? Everyone. The ceiling on the amount permitted to be remitted under the liberalized remittance scheme initially was how many dollars? 75, 50, 10, or $25,000? So the correct answer for this question is what? So the correct answer for this question is what? It is initially it is $25,000. So the correct answer is D here. Okay. Next question. Remittance under the Indo-Nepal remittance scheme are made by which settlement system? Dedicated remittance, NEFT, RTGS, or SWIFT? Very easy. So if you are remitting money by using the Indo-Nepal remittance scheme, it will be settled under which system? Dedicated remittance, NEFT, RTGS, or SWIFT? So the correct answer for this question is everyone. So the correct answer for this question is what? Please answer this question, guys. Yes, so the correct answer is NEFT. Hema, why SWIFT? I have told you that Indo-Nepal remittance scheme is actually settled by NEFT. NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer. So B is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. Okay. Next, investment by person resident outside India is not prohibited in which of the following area? Retail trade, railway operations, cigarette manufacturing, or Nidhi companies is not prohibited. I am asking you that it is not prohibited under which area? Retail trade, railway operations, cigarette manufacturing, or Nidhi companies? Investment by person resident outside India is not prohibited in which of the following industry? So it is not prohibited in retail trade, else in all these areas it is prohibited. So A is the correct answer. Yes, Sukanya, Ruchi, yes. Next, citizen of Dash cannot transfer immovable property in India without the permission of Reserve Bank of India. So, which citizen does not transfer the immovable property without the permission of the Reserve Bank of India? Everyone. Everyone. Please answer this question. Citizen of Dash cannot transfer immovable property in India without the permission of Reserve Bank of India. It is actually Hong Kong. Citizen of Hong Kong, they cannot transfer immovable property in India without the permission of Reserve Bank of India. So B is the correct answer here. B is the correct answer here. Okay. Then next question. Facility of acquisition of property for long-term visa holder is available to the citizen of which country? Bhutan, Myanmar, Afghanistan, or Nepal? So if you are a long-term visa holder, okay, and you are a citizen of which country, then you are allowed to acquire property in India. If you are a citizen of Bhutan, Myanmar, Afghanistan, or Nepal, and if you are a long-term visa holder, then for you the acquisition of property is allowed. So which of the following is the correct thing here? Everyone, please answer this question. Hema, Ruchi, Sukanya, Arnav, everyone. Where are rest of the student? Kavita, Smriti, Rigved. Where are those? Where is Shirish? Why he haven't attended the session? Where is Gopal? Why he haven't attended the session? Okay, so the correct answer for this question is what? So the correct answer is Myanmar. See, if you are a long-term visa holder and you are a citizen of Myanmar, you can just do what? You can just acquire the property in India, right? Next, foreign currency denominated account maintained in India cannot be in the form of saving, fixed, current, or recurring deposit. You can all answer this question. Again, it is an easy question. You can answer this question. And I have already explained this in detail. Everyone. Yes, Anju. Okay, you are Anju. Okay. So foreign currency denominated account maintained in India cannot be in the why FCNRB account. This is the FD account in India. Recurring deposit, it cannot be in the form of recurring deposit. So foreign currency denominated account which is maintained in India, they cannot be in the form of recurring account. It is allowed in saving, fixed, and current account. So D is the correct answer. Okay, next question. Next, foreign currency denominated, okay, sorry, foreign currency, okay, I haven't changed the question here. Okay, just skip this question. Okay. Foreign currency account outside India can be opened by any individual in India. True or false? This statement is true or false. Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, everyone, please answer this question. Foreign currency accounts outside India can be opened by any individual in India. False or true? So the correct answer for this question is, so if we talk about this, yes, correct. True. True. It is true, Hema. So foreign currency accounts outside India, it can be opened by any individual in India. So B is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following denotes the cash management services? Holding minimum cash at branches, providing adequate cash at ATM, providing solution to optimize liquidity of the corporate, or none of the above. Very easy. Cash management services. Which of the following denotes the cash management services? Everyone. Which of the following denotes the cash management services? Which of the following denotes a cash management services? Everyone. So yes, if we talk about the cash management services, providing solution to optimize liquidity of the corporate, C is the correct answer here. Okay, so C is the correct answer here. Done? Yes. Next, a firm cash program is aimed at accelerating cash inflow and controlling cash outflow. It is true or false? accelerating cash inflows and controlling cash outflow. A firm cash program is aimed at accelerating cash inflow and controlling cash outflow. It is true or it is false, everyone? Please answer this question. So, if we talk about this, a firm's cash program is aimed at accelerating cash inflow and controlling cash outflow. Yes, it is true. A is the correct answer. Yes, it is true. A is the correct answer. Done? Okay. Next question. A check favoring Rajkumar or order is stolen. The thief endorsed the check as Rajkumar in his favor. The check is presented in clearing and paid by the drawee bank. True owner later sent legal notice to the bank. Now, what is the liability of the bank? The paying bank will get protection under the Negotiable Instrument Act. A forgery does not give any right to the paying bank, hence it is liable. As per Section 85 of Negotiable Instrument Act, the paying act or paying bank is liable. Or as per the section of 131 of Negotiable Instrument Act, the paying bank is liable. So there is a check in which Rajkumar or order is written and it is stolen. So now the thief actually endorsed this check in his favor and the drawee bank paid that check. Now, in this case, what is the liability of the paying bank? So it is the chapter, the responsibility of the paying bank. If you all remember, just tell me the answer here. Everyone, please answer this question. Just tell me the answer here, everyone. So the correct answer is, so in this case, because the bank acted in good faith without any negligence and the check contains Rajkumar or order and the thief endorsed that check in his favor. Now, in this case, the paying bank has no liability and they get protection under the Negotiable Instrument Act. So the correct answer here is A. Yes, the correct answer is A. Next question. For check is a valid check, invalid check, dead check, or stale check. Forged check is a dash. Everyone, forged check is a dash. Everyone, please answer this question. Forged check is a dash. You can all answer this question. Forged check. Yes, so if we talk about the forged check, it is an invalid check. Obviously, B is the correct answer. Next question, if we talk about the next question, Section 131 of the Negotiable Instrument Act extend protection to dash collecting bank, paying bank, drawee bank, or negotiating bank. So the correct answer is Section 131 actually pays the protection to whom? Everyone, please answer this question. Section 131. Okay, now here I am confused in section 131. It is collecting bank or paying bank. I am confused here. I need to check this. Before answering, I need to check this. Everyone just hold out. Sometime I am also confused. Okay, there's no big issue. Section 131. Section 85 is related to the paying bank. Section 131, I guess it is to the collecting bank. If I am not wrong, Section 135 is collecting bank. Yes, it is collecting bank. True. So I'm correct here. Section 131 is the collecting bank. Section 85 is the paying bank, right? So Section 131 of the Negotiable Instrument Act extend protection to the collecting bank. So A is the correct answer here. Okay. Good. Next question. In the absence of proper KYC document, the collecting banker can be held liable for the collection of fraudulent check on the ground of what? Negligence, convenience, crime, or arrogance. In the absence of the proper KYC document, a collecting banker can be held liable for the collection of a fraudulent check on the ground of what? Negligence, convenience, crime, or arrogance. So the correct answer for this question is, everyone please answer this question correctly. In the absence of KYC document, the collecting banker can be held liable for the collection of the fraudulent check on the ground of what? Yes, it is negligence. True is the correct answer. Why everyone is not answering? Ruchi, Smriti, right. Whereas Anju, Hema, Sukanya, Krishna, please answer this question. Done? Next question is, the condition for the collecting bank to claim protection has been laid down under which act? Very easy. The condition for collecting bank to claim protection has been laid down under which act? Indian Contract Act, Banking Regulation Act, Negotiable Instrument Act, or Banking Companies Rule? Very easy. So the correct answer is, the condition for collecting bank to claim protection has been laid down under which act? Negotiable Instrument Act. C is the correct answer. Next, the law relating to the payment of check and protection to a banker is contained under which act? Again, same thing. Payment of check and the protection of a banker. Everyone, same thing. The correct answer is same, Negotiable Instrument Act. Next, a consumer is bound to inform the dash about the lost check leaf. A customer is bound to inform the dash about the lost check leaf. Pay, endorsee, collecting bank, or drawee bank. A customer is bound to inform the dash about the lost check leaves. Everyone. Lost check leaf. A customer is bound to inform the dash about the lost check leaf. They are bound to inform the drawee bank. So the correct answer is D. Next, payment in due course means need not always be made to the holder but can be made to his agent or servant. Need always made to holder but can be made to his agent or servant. Made to the customer's agent or servant, or all of the statements are correct. Payment to be made in due course is actually what? Payment to be made in due course is actually what? Everyone. Payment to be made in due course is actually what? So the correct answer for this question is, the payment in due course need not always made to the holder, but it can be made to his agent or servant also. And then it will be protected under the Negotiable Instrument Act. I have already give you the detailed explanation. If you all remember the Potdar case, the Potgar case in the class, I have given you the detailed explanation of this particular thing in the Potdar case, right? Okay, next, in a joint account, if one of the signature is forged, the bank and customers are equally liable. Only the customer is liable, only the bank is liable, or no one is liable. Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, in a joint account, if one of the signature is forged, the bank and the customer are equally liable. Only the customer is liable, only the bank is liable, no one is liable. So the correct answer for this question is, here only the bank is liable. Why the bank and consumer, customer, why customer is liable? If one of the signature is forged and the payment is done, then the bank is only liable for the compensation. C is the correct answer. C is the correct answer. Everyone. Okay. Okay, next question. A demand draft is issued by the bank is valid for how many months? Demand draft is valid for how many months? So a demand draft is valid for 3 months. You know that after 3 months it is invalid. Demand draft is valid for 3 months. Same in the case of check. One of the following statement is not true with respect to RTGS, real-time gross settlement. One of the following statement is not true. Four statements are given. Fund are transferred from branch of one bank to branch of another bank. Only corporate and government departments can use this. RTGS system is maintained and operated by RBI. Every participant bank of RTGS is required to open a dedicated settlement account for putting through its RTGS transaction. One of the following statement is not true with respect to RTGS. So which of the following statement is not true? Everyone, which of the following statement is not true? Yes, B is the correct answer. This is not true. Next question. Implementation of electronic benefit transfer scheme is meant for which type of consumers? Electronic benefit transfer scheme is meant for which type of customer? Implementation of the electronic benefit scheme is actually for which type of customer? The correct answer is, everyone please like the video. Whoever is watching this video, just please like this video. Everyone, you guys. Okay, so it is for low value account. True. It is for what? It is for low value account. Next question is what? Bank cannot use the service of Dash as a business facilitator or correspondent. Very easy. Bank cannot use the service of Dash as a business facilitator or correspondent. Everyone. Bank cannot use the service of whom as business facilitator or correspondent. Everyone. So yes, it is village sarpanch. I have told you. Yes, Smriti, good. Village sarpanch, it is not used as facilitator or correspondent. C is the correct answer. Next, Ministry of Rural Development provide a one-time grant of how many rupees to lead bank in every district to set up one rural self-employment training institute. How much fund is provided in this, the settlement of the rural self-employment training institute? Everyone, please answer this question. So the correct answer is what? Yes, if we talk about the correct answer, yes, it is 1 crore. No, no, it is C, 1 crore. Anju, it is 1 crore. Right? Next question. Bank are required to have a customer service commitment at every branch, regional office, department at its head office, or none of the above. Bank are required to have a customer service committee at every dash branch, regional offices, department at its head office, or none of the above. Everyone, please answer this question. Yes, at every branch is the correct answer. True. Next question. For online card not present transaction, the authentication process dash online CNP card not present transaction. Everyone. Card not present transaction. For online card not present transaction, the authentication process require an additional factor of authentication based on the information not available on the card. C is the correct answer. Business hours of a bank branch. Fixed by RBI, fixed by the concerned branch, fixed by the district consultative committee, minimum 4 hours on all weekdays and working Saturdays. Business hours of bank branch. Business hours of a bank branch. Everyone. Yes, it is minimum of 4 hours on all weekdays and working Saturday. The obligation of bank to keep the affairs of their customers secret and or confidential arises from Banking Regulation Act, specific law for banking secrecy, contractual relationship, or none of the above. Very easy. This we have just finished this chapter. Yes, it is a contractual relationship. See, it is what? It is a contractual relationship. Next, in which of the following situation bank is authorized to share the information? In which of the following situation bank is authorized to share the information? We have four options here. In which of the following situation is the bank authorized to share the information? Everyone, please answer this question. Bank is authorized to share the information. Yes, if we talk about this, B is the correct answer. Yes, B is the correct answer. Next question. The loan account of Mr. X are overdrawn. Which of the following step is not appropriate here? The loan of Mr. X, the loan account of Mr. X are overdrawn. So you have to answer which of the following steps are not appropriate for this. We have four options. So the correct answer for this is everyone. So the correct answer for this is what? Yes, if the bank contact a firm in which the informal recovery process is there, this is not appropriate. This is not allowed. D is the correct answer. Next, which of the following is not a key commitment under the BCSBI code? BCSBI code, which of the following commitment is not required? BCSBI, which of the following commitment is not required? Everyone, please answer this question. Which of the following commitment is not required? To help a customer use their account and services, to sanction loan and facility, to deal quickly and sympathetically, or to publicize the code. Yes, B is the correct answer here. True. Next, Dash act as an internal ombudsman of the bank. Dash act as a internal ombudsman of a bank. Everyone, please answer this question. Internal ombudsman. Please answer this question. So Dash Act. So this is very important question. CCSO, Chief Customer Service Officer. This act as an internal ombudsman of a bank. CCSO, internal ombudsman of the bank. Next question. Bank are required to have a principal nodal officer at the branches, regional offices, zonal offices, or head offices. Bank are required to have a principal nodal officer at the branch, regional office, zonal office, or head office. So the correct answer for this is head office. Bank are required to appoint a principal nodal officer at the head office. Okay. Next, which of these modes of complaint will not be adequate for filing a complaint with the ombudsman? So, if you want to file a complaint with the ombudsman, then which of the following mode of complaint is not adequate? Dropping it in the complaint box, emailing it, submitting it to the branch with acknowledgement, or through the website on the link specified? You have to answer this question. All of you guys, whoever is watching this session, again I'm saying that please subscribe to this channel, because whenever I'm taking the marathon session, plus I have started a very important series, the Sure Shot series for all of you, in which I am giving the explanation of the most expected topics for your examination. So for this, you have to subscribe this channel and press the bell notification icon. Whenever I upload any video, whenever I am taking any marathon, any MCQs marathon, this will be on this channel, right? So you have to subscribe this channel. It is compulsory. Plus, everyone just please like and share the video. Whoever is watching this video, just please at least like it. Okay, so if we want to write this, which of the following mode of complaint is not adequate, it is dropping in the complaint box. A is the correct answer. We will be discussing in the coming chapters, don't worry. Next, the state consumer protection council has to meet at least dash time in a year. Has to meet at least dash time in a year. State Consumer Protection Council has to meet at least dash time in a year. So the correct answer is it is at least two time in a year. So State Consumer Protection Council has to meet at least two time in a year, right? And the last question is a person, if he bought a mixer grinder for the retailer, it motor stop after 10 minutes of running. The liability of this is defect will be product manufacturer, trader, retailer, or product service provider. Very easy. You can all answer this question. It is very easy. You can all answer this question. Everyone. So the correct answer is what? So if we talk about the correct answer, yes, it is the liability of the product manufacturer, right? The very first question is the shares of a public limited company are not transferable, sovereign security, or negotiable. So there are public limited company, there are private limited companies. Okay, so public limited company where 51% or more shares are in the hand of the government. So if we talk about the shares of a public limited company, these shares of a public limited companies are always transferable. So if we talk about the correct answer, B is the correct answer, right? When we are talking about the private limited company, the shares of private limited companies are restricted, means they are not transferable. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is B. Okay, next question. Individual borrowers are governed by the which act? Partnership Act, Limited Liability Partnership Act, Indian Contract Act, or none of the above? Very easy. Individual borrowers are actually governed by which act? Everyone, please answer this question. Individual borrowers. Everyone, you guys, please answer this question. Individual borrower are governed by which act? No, Hema. Partnership Act is actually for the partnership firms. LLPs is for the LLP firms, right? When we are talking about individual borrowers, they are governed by the Indian Contract Act. So C is the correct answer here. Okay, C is the correct answer. Next question. Trash credit facility is a fund based, not fund based, both fund and non-fund based. Fund-based facility where there is a direct flow of cash from the bank to their customer. Whereas non-fund-based facility, when the bank is not providing you the direct cash, instead they are providing you some other form of facility like the guarantee. Okay, so this is known as non-fund based facility. So if we talk about the cash credit is a fund based or not fund based? Everyone, please answer this question. So yes, cash credit facility means you are provided cash from the bank side to the customer. So obviously it is a fund-based facility. A is the correct answer. So obviously it is a fund-based facility. Next question. All of the above working capital means what is working capital? Means the requirement for day-to-day transaction excess of current assets over current liability or current liability over current assets. Third is the fixed assets minus the current assets or none of the above. You are to tell what is actually the working capital. Working capital, everyone. So if we talk about the working capital, those capital which are actually utilized for day-to-day business transaction. So that is known as working capital. So obviously A is the correct answer. Requirement for day-to-day business transaction. A is the correct answer here. Okay, next question. In bankers' parlance, credit risk in lending refers to what? Default of repayment by the borrower, default of banker in maintaining SLR, default of banker to release credit to a borrower, or none of the above. Very easy question. According to the banker's perspective, credit risk in lending actually refers to what? Credit risk in lending actually refers to what? Answer the question, everyone. So, in bankers' parlance, credit risk in lending actually refers to what? Default of repayment by a borrower, default of bankers in maintaining SLR, default of a banker to release credit to a borrower, or none of the above. So, the correct answer for this question is yes, it is A, means default of the repayment by the borrower. That is known as credit risk. So, A is the correct answer. Next question, net working capital means what? Current assets minus current liabilities, owned fund minus goodwill, use of asset plus sources of fund, or none of the above. Net working capital. Working capital is actually the capital which is utilized for day-to-day business, right? So net working capital, the formula of net working capital is what? Everyone. Okay, Rigved, Anju, Hema, Krishna, everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, at least who is watching this video, kindly just please like this video. Everyone, just kindly like this video. Okay, so if we talk about the net working capital, so net working capital is actually what? Net working capital is current assets minus current liability. Net working capital is current assets minus current liability. So A is the correct answer here. Done, everyone? Okay, next question. Term loans means loan. Term loans means loans which is payable over a period of 1 year to 10 year, repayment in installment over a period, utilized for acquisition of fixed asset, or all of the above. Term loans means what? Everyone, please answer this question. Term loan means what? Everyone. Terms loan means what? Yes, term loan, first of all, it is payable over a period of 1 to 10 years, correct? It is payment or repaid in installment, true. It is utilized for acquiring the fixed asset, correct? So term loan is used for acquiring the fixed asset, whereas working capital, it is for day-to-day transaction. So yes, all of the above means D is the correct answer, right? D is the correct answer. Next question. Advantage of the cash budget would be borrowers has a plan to cash requirement. Bankers can spot a danger signal quickly. Banker can plan his resources to meet the credit demands, and all of the above. Cash budget. What is the advantage of cash budget here? Everyone, please answer this question. What is the advantage of cash budget here? Everyone, please answer this question. What is the advantage of cash budget here? Yes, so if we talk about the cash budget, yes, Rigved, true. If we talk about the cash budget, so borrower has to plan the cash requirement, true. Bankers can spot the danger quickly, true. Bankers can plan his resources to meet credit demands, true. So all of the above means D is the correct answer here, right? Next question. Who determines the MCLR, marginal cost lending rate? Ministry of Finance, banks themselves, RBI, or NABARD? Who determines the marginal cost lending rate? Everyone. MCLR. Who determines the marginal cost lending rate? Ministry of Finance, bank themselves, RBI, or NABARD? Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, just please answer this question. Just a second. Everyone. Okay, just please answer this question. Okay, everyone. Who determines the MCLR? Volume is low. How the volume is low? Anyone? Having the same thing, volume is low. Now everything is good. Yes or no? Okay, so who determined the marginal cost lending rate? So yes, if we talk about the marginal cost lending rate, they are decided by the bank themselves. Marginal cost lending rates, these are determined by bank themselves. So B is the correct answer here. B is the correct answer here. Done. Everyone? Okay, next question. Frequency of the loan review depends upon what? Okay, so frequency of the loan, it depends upon the loan amount, it depends upon the activity of the borrower, constitution of the borrower, or the risk level of the account. Very easy. So while giving the loan, you considered what? Loan amount, activity of the borrower, constitution of the borrower, or the risk level of the account. Everyone, please answer this question. Frequency of the loan review depends upon what? So if we talk about the frequency of loan review, it depends upon the risk level of the account. So D is the correct answer. It depends upon what? It depends upon the risk level of account. D, yes. Next question. For education loan up to rupees 3 lakh, the margin required is what? If the bank is giving education loan of rupees 3 lakh, then what is the margin that is required for this educational loan? 30,000, 15,000, 45,000, or nil? Everyone, please answer this question. Education loan of rupees 3 lakh. The margin amount required is what? 30, 15,000, 45,000, or nil? So the correct answer is yes, it is nil. So up to rupees 3 lakh, there is no margin required by the bank. So the correct answer is D. Nil is the correct answer. Next question. If the loan convenient are not observed by the borrower. If the loan convenient, these are not observed by the borrower, it is called as the violation, breach, an event of default, or a non-compliance. Everyone, please answer this question. Smriti, Krishna, Hema, Rigved, Anju. Everyone, please answer this question. And whoever is watching this video, at least just please like and share the video, guys. Everyone. So if the loan convenient are not observed by the borrower, it is called as the violation. It is called as a breach. It is called as event of default or a non-compliance. So the correct answer for this question is it is called as a breach. Okay. So if the loan convenient is not observed by the borrower, always remember it is called as a breach. Yes. Next question is what? Loan to value ratio in the case of gold jewelry means it is asking that whatever the gold you are giving, what is the maximum amount of loan the bank is giving you in favor of that gold? It is 50, 75, 100, or 85%. The loan to value ratio. Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, please answer this question. Loan to value ratio in the case of loan against gold jewelry is actually what? So the correct answer is, if we talk about the loan to value ratio, yes, 75% means if you are giving the loan gold of rupees 1 lakh, the value is 1 lakh, the bank is giving you only the loan up to rupees 75,000. So B is the correct answer here. Yes. Next question. Loan against minors term deposit can be granted if the documents are signed. If the minor has completed the age of 14 years, cannot be granted under any circumstances as the minor does not have the contractual capacity. Can be granted to the guardian of the minor if it is for the necessities of the minor, can be granted only with the permission of the court. Loan against the minor's term deposit is what? Everyone, please answer this question. Loan against the minor term deposit is what? Everyone, please answer this question. Very easy. So yes, loan against minor term deposit is given if it is granted for the necessities of the minor. Okay, so C is the correct answer here. C is the correct answer here. Next question. Document of title to goods have been defined in which of the following act? Indian Contract Act, Negotiable Instrument Act, Transfer of Property Act, or Sale of the Goods Act? Documents of title to goods have been defined in dash Indian Contract Act, Negotiable Instrument Act, Transfer of Property Act, or Sale of Good Act? Everyone, please answer this question, guys. So the correct answer is documents of title of good has been defined under which act? It is defined under the Sale of Goods Act. It is defined under what? It is defined under the Sales of Goods Act. So the correct answer is C. True. Next question. In terms of section 19(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, the definition is given no banking company shall hold share in any company, whether as pledgee or mortgagee or absolute owner, if the amount exceeding 30% of the paid up capital of that company or 30% of its what, whichever is less. Okay, so you have to answer this. There is an exact definition which is given under section 19(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, that if a company is holding, a banking is holding shares in any company, the amount should not exceed 30% of the paid up share capital of the company or 30% of its what, whichever is less. Everyone. So the correct answer for this question is what? The correct answer for this question is what? Yes. So if we talk about the correct answer, it is A. A is the correct answer. So it is either 30% of the paid up share capital or the 30% of own paid up share capital and reserve, whichever is less. So this is the correct definition, which is defined under section 19(2) of the Banking Regulation Act, right? Next question. Loans against the security of shares, debentures, and public sector undertaking bonds to individual shall not or should not exceed the limit of dash per individual borrower if the securities are held in the demat form. Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, please answer these questions. So, these are very important question because it is one liner question plus it is fact based question, right? So you expect these type of question in your examination, okay? And that's why I'm just giving you in this Macmillan book. You all haven't studied module B yet, so I am just taking a module B live marathon class on Monday, right? So in which I'm covering the most important topic of module B in the theory part, right? So you just try to answer the questions, okay? If you are not answering, there is nothing wrong. Just please relax, okay? Because when you are studying or when you will be studying theory, you will be related to these questions, okay? Everyone. Okay, so if we talk about the loan against the security, debenture, and public sector bonds shall not exceed the limit of rupees 20 lakh if the securities are held in the demand form. So C is the correct answer. Next question. The usual form of contract of agency is by the way of power of attorney, indemnity, guarantee, or none of the above. So if there is a usual contract of agency, it is actually governed by which? Power of attorney, indemnity, guarantee, or none of the above. Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, please answer this question. So, if we talk about the usual form of the contract of agency, it is actually by the way of power of attorney. So, A is the correct answer. It is actually by the way of the power of attorney, right? Next question. The pawnee can sell the goods if the pawner fails to pay. It is true or false? Everyone, the pawnee can sell the goods if the pawner fails to pay. It is true or false? Everyone, it is true or false? Everyone, please answer this question. Yes, so Powner has this right that if the Powner has this obligation that they have to pay money. Okay, in the contract of bailment, we have Powner and Pawnee, right? And if the Powner fails to pay to Pawnee, right? In this case, the Pawnee can sell the good. It is true, right? So contract of bailment means when the good is delivered by one person to another person for for some specific purpose. Like I have given the example that if I'm leaving to USA tomorrow, right, and I have a very good car and I want us to have a safety of that car, so I have just given that car on a garage, okay, for the safety of that particular car. car. So this is the contract of bailment. Because I'm giving the car, I'm the pawner. And that garage is receiving the car, that is the pawnee. So the pawnee can sell the good if I fails to pay. That is true. B is the correct answer here. Okay. The bailee can keep the good bailed to him and he need not to return to the same to the bailer. Everyone, please answer this question. Very easy. Please answer this question. Very easy. Everyone, please answer this question. The bailee can keep the good bail to him and he need not return the same to the bailer. It is actually false. This is the first obligation of the bailee, that they have to return the goods as soon as the purpose is over. So obviously it is false, is the correct answer here. Next question. Hypothecation is an implied pledge in the case where the delivery of good is given. Constructive possession of the obligation is given. Constructive possession of the good is given, or none of the above. Hypothecation is implied pledge where hypothecation and mortgage. Mortgage is related to immovable property, whereas hypothecation is related to movable property. In hypothecation, you don't have to transfer the possession of the good. You can give the constructive possession of the good. It means that you can just deposit your papers to the bank, okay, and then just borrow the loan. That is fine. That is the hypothecation. For example, I have hypothecated my car. It means that car is a movable asset. I have given my car to bank for the loan, right? But the possession is not transferred to the bank. I still have the possession of my car, but I have given the constructive possession. It means that I have deposited my papers to the bank, right? So it is called as the constructive possession. C is the correct answer here. Okay. Simple mortgage is created by. Simple mortgage is created by unwritten promise, oral assent, oral agreement, or an instrument or in writing. Simple mortgage is created by which? Simple mortgage. So mortgage is related to what? Mortgage is related to immovable property, right? So there are two very important things you have to note. Mortgage is related to immovable property like house, land, building, whereas hypothecation is related to movable property like car, bikes, gold. That is hypothecation, right? So if we talk about the mortgage, okay, there is a simple mortgage which is created as an instrument in writing. So D is the correct answer, which is created as an instrument in writing. Clear? Done? Everyone? Done? Okay, next question. As per the Stamp Act, a document executed in India shall be stamped only before execution at the time but before filing suit within 30 days after execution or before or at the time of execution. Stamp Act, a document executed shall be stamped at which point? Everyone. So if we talk about a document is executed shall be stamped before or at the time of execution. So D is the correct answer. It is either before or at the time of execution. D is the correct answer. Next question. When will a loan becomes a non-performing asset? Interest or loan becomes overdue for more than 90 days. Account is out of order or overdraft or cash credit. In case of overdraft or cash credit, bills remain overdue for a period of more than 90 days. All of the above or only A and C. When a loan become a non-performing asset here? Everyone, please answer this question. When a loan become non-performing asset, so a loan become non-performing asset when the interest on the loan amount is overdue for a period of more than 90 days. Account is out of order in case of overdraft and cash credit. Bills remains overdue for more than 90 days. True, all of the above is the correct answer. D is the correct answer here, right? Next question. Direct advances to agriculture and small and marginal and small and micro enterprises under standard asset category requires a provision at the rate of which percentage? It is a very good question because and a very easy question because it is related to what? It is related to the simple figures. So if you want to answer this question, everyone just please answer this question. So, if we talk about the direct advances, if it is given to agriculture and small and micro enterprises, sub-standard asset category, it requires a provision of 0.25%. D is the correct answer. It requires 0.25%. So D is the correct answer here. Next question. A substandard asset is one which remained a non-performing asset for a period of less than or equal to what? 12 months, 6 months, 90 days, or 180 days. Everyone. A substandard. So a non-performing asset becomes a substandard non-performing asset. Substandard, then there is a doubtful asset, then there is a loss asset. So substandard asset when an NPA becomes after 90 days. When an NPA remains overdue for a period of equal to or less than 12 months, then it is a substandard non-performing asset. Then if it is surpassing 12 months time period, then it become doubtful asset. And when the loss has been identified, the fraud has been identified, then it is considered as the loss asset. So A is the correct answer, 12 month. Okay. Next, the period stipulated in the Act for filing details of security interest with the central registry is how many days? 30, 15, 45, or none of the above? What is the period that is stipulated here if in the securities interest for the central registry is how many days here? Everyone please answer this question. How many days here? Everyone. So if we talk about in this, there is nothing, none of the above is the correct answer. No. Okay, so D is the correct answer. Next question. Provision of SARFAESI Act are applicable to which of the following? Pledge account only mortgage properties, securities that are not otherwise charged to creditors, or securities charged to creditor and not in the possession of the creditor. If there are SARFAESI Act, then which of the followings are to which of the following it is actually applicable? Everyone. So, which of the following it is applicable? Pledged goods, only mortgage properties, securities that are not otherwise charged to the creditor, or securities that charge to the creditor and not in the possession of the creditor. Everyone, please answer this question. So the correct answer for this question is what? Yes, D is the correct answer. The securities which are charged to creditor but they are not in the possession of creditor. For this, there is a provision of SARFAESI Act, right? So the correct answer is D. Next, who is the insolvency professional? IP. A qualified company secretary professional, person who hold professional qualification like a CA, ICWA, an eligible person who enrolled with an insolvency professional agency IPA as its member, an eligible person with IBBA and controlled with an IPA. So insolvency professional. What is the correct definition of insolvency professional? Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, please answer this question, guys. So the correct answer is, so if this is concerned about the insolvency professional, there is an eligible person who registered with Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, first of all, IBBA. Second, they have to enroll with the IPA, Insolvency Professional Agency. So you are considered as the insolvency professional. So D is the correct answer. Next question. Person promising to save another from the loss is called as indemnified, indemnifier, collecting banker, or the paying banker. So there is a contract of indemnity. Okay, so very basic thing, I'm just telling you what is a contract of indemnity. So there is a contract of indemnity in which one party promises to another party that sorry, just a second. If one party promises to another party that if you suffered loss from any of the third party, then this loss will be covered by this particular party. This is known as contract of indemnity, like the insurance contract. Okay. So in this, the one who is promising is called as indemnifier. The one who is being promised is called as indemnified. So a person promising to save another from the losses is called as the indemnifier. So B is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. Next question. There are how many parties in the contract of indemnity? One, three, two, or four? There are how many parties in the contract of indemnity? So contract of indemnity has only two parties. There is indemnifier and there is indemnified. So C is the correct answer. So there are only two parties in the contract of indemnity. So there is one indemnifier and there is one who is called as indemnified. Okay. Next, indemnifier's liability is a contract of indemnity where it is primary, secondary, collateral, or discretionary. So, indemnifier's liability, it is primary, secondary, collateral, or discretionary. So, as soon as B or the one who is called as indemnified suffered any loss, this is the primary liability of the indemnifier that they have to come in and compensate for the loss. So always remember, in the indemnifier, the contract of indemnity, the indemnifier's liability is always primary. So A is the correct answer here. Yes, yes, Hema Rigved. Correct. A is the correct answer here, right? Next question. Which of the following statements are true? There are three parties to the contract of indemnity: indemnifier, indemnified, and the person on whose behalf the indemnity is given. Indemnifier's liability occurs only if indemnified holder suffered loss. Customer, as a matter of right and without an indemnity, can obtain a duplicate of demand draft check. Indemnities are required by the bank purely as formality and does not serve any other purpose. You have to identify the correct statement here. Very easy. You have to identify the correct statement here. Very easy. Everyone, please answer this question. So the correct answer for this question is what? It's a very easy question. You can all answer this question. Answer this question, everyone. So the correct answer is what? Everyone. So yes, if we talk about there are three parties, no, I have told you that there are only two parties, indemnifier and indemnified. Second, indemnifier's liability occurs only if indemnity holder suffer loss. True. If we talk about the customer as a matter of right and without an indemnity can obtain the duplicate demand draft. Okay, no. So without the without the indemnity contract, you cannot obtain duplicate demand draft from the customer or from the bank. Fourth, indemnity is required only as a formality. No. So the correct answer is B. Second only is the correct answer here. Only second statement is correct. Next question. Identify which of the following statement is true or false. In the contract of guarantee, the liability of the surety is secondary. Okay. Second, anything done for the benefit of the debtor is a sufficient consideration to the surety for giving the guarantee. Everyone, please answer this question, guys. Identify whether the statement is true or false. So, in the contract of guarantee, the liability of surety is secondary. It is true. In the liability of surety is secondary. Second, anything done for the benefit of the principal debtor is also sufficient consideration to the surety. Also, it is also true. So, the correct answer is both the statements are true in this case. You have to identify which is true and which is false. So, both the statements are true, right? Both the statements are true. Next question. Fill in the blank for the available alternative. You have to fill in the blanks here. Surety is also known as the indemnifier, bailer, guarantor, or bailee, whereas liability of the surety is dash that of the principal debtor, coextensive with primary or secondary too. Everyone, please answer this question. Please answer this question. So, surety's liability is always secondary, first of all, right? Surety's liability is always secondary, right? When we are talking about the surety, surety is called as the guarantor, and liability of the surety is dash that of principal debtor. It is coextensive that of principal debtor. So, it is secondary in the case when debtor just fails to pay. Okay, so primary liability is of debtor and secondary liability is of what, is of the surety in terms of the creditor, it not in terms of the debtor. And if it is term of the principal debtor, the liability of the surety is coextensive. Okay, done. Next question. A guarantor, a bank guarantee the bank makes payments on, being conceived that the beneficiary has incurred loss, being sued by the beneficiary, the guarantor being invoked after seeing concurrence of the debtor or merely on the demand by the beneficiary. In a bank guarantee, which of the following is the correct statement? Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, please answer this question. Bank guarantee, the bank makes payments on, being conceived that the beneficiary has incurred loss and being sued by the beneficiary, or the guarantee being invoked after seeing concurrence of the debtor or merely on the demand of beneficiary. So the correct answer is yes, D, merely on the demand of the beneficiary. Next question. The letter of credit is opened on the request of issuing bank, applicant, beneficiary, or confirming bank. So letter of credit is actually opened on the request of whom? Everyone. So it is opened on the request of applicant. B is the correct answer, right? Next, letter of credit issuing bank is also called as importers bank or the opening bank, advising or the confirming bank, negotiated or the nominated or the reimbursement bank. Letter of credit. Letter of credit. Everyone, please answer this question. Please answer this question. Please answer this question, guys. Yes, letter of credit, Sanjay. Correct answer. The importer's bank or the opening banks, right? Everyone. True. Next question. Which of the following statement is false? In deferred payment guarantee, the guarantee is to ensure the delivery of the good. Deferred payment guarantee is mostly based on the primary contact between the buyer and the seller. Deferred payment guarantee differs from the other type of guarantee issued by the bank as its regard payment liability on the bank on invocation. In a deferred payment guarantee, the bank liability comes into existence only if the installments are not paid and not the payment of any one installment by the customer. Which of the following statements are false? Everyone, false statement. Everyone, deferred payment guarantee. Which of the following statement is false here? Everyone, deferred payment guarantee. Which of the following statement is false here? So the correct answer is, so in this, the correct answer is what? Yes, first of all, in deferred payment guarantee, the guarantee is to ensure delivery. No. Deferred payment guarantee mostly based on the primary contract. True. Guarantee, no, no. So first, third, and fourth are wrong, and second is correct, right? Next question. Bill of exchange means an unconditional direction to the drawer to pay the money, promise to the drawer to pay the money, obligation to the drawer to pay the money, undertaking to the drawer to pay the money. Bill of exchange is unconditional direction, promise, obligation, or undertaking. Everyone. What is the correct word which is used for the bill of exchange? Bill of exchange is what? So, bill of exchange it means an unconditional direction to the drawer to pay the money. So, A is the correct answer here. Done. Next question. The maker of the bill is called as endorsee, drawee, drawer, or none of the above. The maker of the bill of exchange is called as what? The maker of the bill of exchange, very easy. The maker of the bill of exchange is called as drawer. C is the correct answer. Next, bill purchase facility is guaranteed or granted in the case of what? Bill purchase is granted in the case of what? Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, guys, please answer this question. Yes, it is in the case of demand bill. True. Bill purchase facilities granted in the case of demand bill. Next question. The scheduled commercial bank are expected to give credit to the priority sector to how much? 18% of A and B C, 14%, 40% of A and B C, 12% or 25%. Scheduled commercial bank is expected to give to the priority sector lending. The overall target which is given to the priority sector lending is 40%. B is the correct answer. The overall credit is 40%. Next question. The government provide intervention, interest subvention of dash per annum to the bank in respect of short-term production and credit up to dash provided to the farmer. Very easy. So these type of questions are important because it is the fact-based question. Okay, you just have to learn fact, everyone. Everyone, please answer this question. So, if we talk about the government provide interest subvention, it is like a interest subsidy of how much percent per annum, 2% per annum to the bank in respect of the short-term production credit up to rupees 3 lakh provided to the farmers. So, the correct answer is A. Okay, A is the correct answer. 2% and rupees 3 lakh. Next question. Sale of finance for crop loan is decided by district, state, block, or individual bank. Everyone, please answer this question. Sale of finance for crop loan is decided by. Sale of finance in the crop loan is decided by. So if we talk about scale of finance, it is decided by district level technical committee. District level, yes, Sanjay. Yes, Hema, good. So it is actually A, right? Next question. Kisan credit card is issued to the farmer for which of the following purpose? Just read out and answer this question. Kisan credit card is actually offered or issued to the farmer for which of the following purpose? Kisan credit card is issued for which of the following purpose? So it is issued to meet their cultivation need. Non-farm requirement include the purchase of input, short-term requirements, and working capital requirements for allied activities. So D is the correct answer here. No, it is not for withdrawing money from ATM. No credit card is offered to withdraw money from the ATM. No, D is the correct answer. Next question. Farm mechanization scheme. The loan is given for providing irrigation facility, cultivation expenses, purchase of the farm equipments, or for digging wells. Farm mechanization is actually for what? Under the farm mechanization scheme, the loan is given for what? So, under the farm mechanization scheme, the loan is given for the purchasing of the farm equipment. Yes, C is the correct answer. True. Next question. Bank can extend to non-banking financial companies. The working capital loan, the term loan, bank guarantee for obtaining deposit, or both A and B. So, the correct answer is what? Everyone, please answer this question. The correct answer is what? Everyone. So bank can extend to NBFC. The working capital facility, yes. Term loan facility, yes. So both A and B is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. Okay, next question. Out of the following category of non-banking financial company that is not exempted from registering with RBI as the non-banking financial company. So, which of the following category of non-banking financial company is not exempted from registering with RBI? So, the correct answer is mutual fund benefit, housing finance company, chit companies, or nidhi companies. Everyone. So that still have to be registered with RBI as NBFC. So it is housing finance. companies, right? So B is the correct answer. Next question. National Rural Livelihood Mission replace dash of the following scheme. National Rural Livelihood Mission, Integrated Rural Development Program, training of the rural youth for self-employment, development of women and children in rural areas, or Som Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana. Everyone, yes, D, National Rural Livelihood Mission. It actually replaces the Swam Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana. D is the correct answer. Next, under the NRLM scheme, a woman self-help group is entitled for a capital subsidy of 3 lakh, of 5 lakh, interest subvention on a loan maximum of rupees 5 lakh or 3 lakh. Everyone, please answer this question. So again, it is a fact-based question. No need to worry. You just have to learn the fact. Everyone, please answer this question. So if we talk about under the NRLM, a women self-help group is entitled to have a interest subvention on the loan to maximum of rupees 3 lakhs. So D is the correct answer. Yes, yes. Next question is maintenance of which of the following book register is not compulsory for the self-help group? Minutes book, saving and loan register, visitor book, or members passbook. Maintenance of which of the following books register is not compulsory for the self-help group? So which of the following book? Say visitor book. So visitor book is also actually not necessary or not compulsory for the self-help group. Everyone, okay? Everyone, guys. Okay, done. Okay, now let's talk about the last question. The banking lending to self-help group can usually be maximum in the ratio of 1 is to 4, 1 is to 3, 1 is to 2, or 1 is to 5. Everyone, members passbook is necessary. Yes. Bank lending to self-help group can usually be maximum in the ratio of 1 is to 4, 1 is to 3, 1 is to 2, and 1 is to 5. So the correct answer is 1 is to 4, right? A is the correct answer. Okay. Which of the following is not a necessary component for a stand-alone computer system? Hard disk, operating system, memory card, network card, or all of the above? Not necessary. It is not a necessary component for the stand-alone computer system. Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, which of the following is not necessary for a stand-alone computer? Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, kindly just please like the video. Whoever is watching this session, just please like the video. Okay. And let's talk about which of the following is not a necessary component for a standalone computer system? So, standalone computer system functions without a network card. So, this is not a necessary component for a standalone computer because they have every system inbuilt with in itself. Okay, so this is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. Next question. Now, if we talk about the terminals connected to a server are known as what? Terminals which are connected to a server are known as what? Okay, this is clients, this is node, this is CPU, or this is both A and B, or none of these. Terminals which are connected to a server are known as what? Everyone, please answer this question. Everyone, please answer this question. Terminals which are connected to a server are known as what? So I was telling you terminals which are connected to a server is known as what? So they are known as either clients or nodes. So these can be used interchange. Okay. So the correct answer for this is D. D is the correct answer, right? Terminals which are connected to a server, they are known as either clients or nodes. Okay. This was all the module C, unit 1 of module C, right? Next question. For uninterrupted power supply used in a branch computerization, the following devices is used as offline, online UPS, converter, generators, or all of the above. So the correct answer for this is what? Please answer this question. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. Actually, there was some urgent parcel and he was asking for OTP, then he was asking for the address, and it is a confusion. Sorry for everyone. Now, just let's start this. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. Okay, now, if we are talking about the uninterrupted power supply, okay, so for uninterrupted power supply, which are used in the branch computerization, the following devices is used. You can use online UPS, you can use offline UPS, you can use converter also, you can use generators also. Yes, so all of the above is the correct answer. E is the correct answer, right? Next question. Which of the following is not an important objective of computerization is banking? Means for which purpose computerization is not introduced in the banking system? Customer service, reduction of power, decision making, or productivity and profitability. So for which of the following purpose computerization is not an important objective? Okay, customer service, reduction of manpower, decision making, or productivity and profitability. So which of the following is not a benefit of computerization? You can say that. Yes, everyone is correct. See, computerization is introduced for customer service, true. It is introduced for better decision making, yes. It is introduced for productivity and profitability, yes. Reduction is manpower, this is the correct answer because this was not an objective for introducing computerization in the banking system. Next, in a multi-user computer working system or multi-users computer networking, computers are based on a centralized processing concept. Various terminals are attached to the central computer. All data and information is kept on the central computer. A large number of users can be connected to a central computer or all of the above. Everyone, multi-user networking system. So what is the characteristic of the multi-user networking system? Everyone, please answer this question. Yes, if we talk about the multi-user networking system, computers are based on centralized processing concept, true. Various terminals are attached to the central computer, true. All data and information is kept on a central computer, yes. A larger number of users can be connected, yes. So all of the above. E is the correct answer here. All of the above is the correct answer here. True, everyone. Next, star topology. So I have already explained you star, bus, ring topology. If you all remember, star topology. Each node is connected to a central node by a separate medium. Devices are connected in a closed loop. Information is passed from one node to another in series. Devices on the network are connected to a single continuous cable or all of the above. Star topology. In a star topology, which of the following statement is correct? Everyone, please answer this question. Star topology. So, star topology, the characteristic is each node is connected to a central node by a separate medium, and that's why it is called as a star topology. So, there is a separate medium, and each node is connected to a central node with that medium, right? So, that's why it is called as a star topology. So, A is the correct answer here, right? Everyone? Next, in bus topology, again the four options are given. So, bus topology, okay, what is the main characteristic of bus topology? Everyone. Each node is joined to a central node by separate medium. Devices are connected in a closed loop. Information is passed to central node. Devices on the network are connected to a single continuous cable or all of the above. In bus topology, what is the main characteristic? Everyone who is watching this video, at least just please like and share the video. At least just please like and share the video to the maximum you can. Everyone. In a bus topology, each node is joined to a central node by a separate medium. Devices are connected in a closed loop. Information is passed to central node. Devices on the network are connected to a single continuous cable or all of the above. So the correct answer for this question is, bus topology means single continuous cable, right? So yes, these the correct answer. So every devices on the network are connected to a single continuous cable. That is a bus topology. True. Which of the following statement is not true about the core banking system? Which of the following statement is not true about the core banking system? Branches are interconnected only to share data of the customer among them. Customer need not necessarily transact only from the home branch. Data of the customer is not lost when his home branch is down. A customer can access his bank account related information through multiple ways. Online, mobile, and other banking services can be provided. Not true about core banking. Which of the following is not true about the core banking system? Everyone. Not true about the core banking system. Please answer this question. Core banking system. Not true. So branches are interconnected only to share customer data among them. That is not core banking. Core banking means when the branches are connected to a main network. Okay, so A is not a characteristic of a core banking system. Rest all are the characteristic of a core banking system. Next. Which of the following is the advantage of adopting core banking? Which of the following is the advantage of adopting the core banking? Reliable centralized data recovery, enables data warehousing and data mining technologies, integrated customer centric services, core infrastructure can be used for future expansion, or all of the above. Which of the following is the advantage of adopting the core banking? Everyone. So if we talk about the core banking, first we have a centralized data recovery. Yes, because in core banking, all the networks and all the branches are connected to a main center branch, right? That is what the core banking means. So they provide a centralized data recovery. They help in data warehousing. They are the customer centric services. They help in the future expansion. Everything is correct. So E, all of the above is the correct answer here. Yes, E, all of the above is the correct answer here. Now, which of the following type of transaction in core banking solution involve the movement of money between different banks or financial institution? So, if we are moving the money in two different banks, means from one bank to another, then it is called as what? Cash, clearing, transfer, or none of the above. Then the word which is used for this is called as what? Everyone, please answer this question. From one bank to another bank. I'm saying that it is from one bank to another bank. Then it is called as what? Everyone. So when we move money from one bank to another bank, it is called as clearing. While transfer is actually within bank. When the money is transferred from one branch to another branch of a same bank, then the transferred word is used. But if we are moving money between two different bank or financial institution, the better which is the word which is used here is clearing. So B is the correct answer here. It is clearing, right? Now, next thing. Which of the following is incorrect regarding the business or beginning of day operations in core banking solution? So there are some beginning of day operation BOD and there are some end of day EOD operations the banker has to do. So which of the following statement is incorrect regarding that? There are four options. BOD can only be initiated after successful completion of EOD process for the previous day. During BOD, process such as standing instruction execution and time deposit processing are carried out. If a branch functions on a non-business day, the BOD process must still be running for that day as the branch calendar. The BOD process is independent of the branch calendar and can be initiated even on a non-business day. So you have to answer which of the following statement is incorrect regarding this. Incorrect. Everyone, please answer this question. So yes, if we talk about the correct answer for this question, it is D. The BOT process is independent of branch calendar and can be initiated even on a non-business day. That is false. Okay, that is not the correct statement for defining the beginning of day operation. So that is incorrect. Rest all are the correct statement, everyone. Okay, next question. From the bank point of view, the advantage of ATMs are. Okay, so we have four or five option alternative to expand banking hour to new branches, cash handling and transportation is avoided, all of the above or none of the above. So what are the advantage of ATMs, everyone? From the bank point of view, what are the advantage of ATM? Everyone, please answer this question. So the correct answer for this question is from the bank point of view, the advantage of ATMs are. So if we talk about yes, for from the bank point of view, the advantage of ATMs is D, alternative to expand banking hour, alternative to new branches, cash handling and cash transportation. All of the above is the correct answer. So D is the correct answer. Next question. PIN is the full form of PIN. Everyone, full form of PIN. Very easy. What is the full form of PIN? PIN, or you can say PIN is what? Everyone, PIN is what? Okay, so PIN is personal identification number. First is easy. PIN is what? Personal identification number. It is not stored in the magnetic strip of the card. This is different. Okay, personal identification number. The advantage of the processor smart cards are security, cheaper than the max strip cards, GPS enabled, all of the above or none of the above. The advantage of the processor smart card are processor smart card are everyone. The advantage of the processor smart card are everyone. So if we talk about the advantage of the processor smart card, it is actually the security. No, in every question, all of the above cannot be the answer, right? So the advantage of the processor smart card is the better security. Okay, so they have better security in comparison to other cards, right? Next, the credit card offers revolving credit for a certain period, pay off the entire amount of the card usage, online recovery of the amount of the card, all of the above or none of the above. Again, you have to answer this question easy. Credit card offers you what? For which of the following purpose credit card is given to you? Everyone, please answer this question. For which of the following purpose credit card is given to you? Everyone, please answer this question. For which of the following purpose credit card is given to you? So if we talk about the credit again, in every question, all of the above cannot be the answer. A credit card means giving you a credit time period for certain time. So when the credits are revolved for a certain time period, then what it is credit card which is offering you, right? So A is the correct answer. Now the debit cards offers what? Debit cards offers what? Everyone, the debit card offers what? Everyone, the debit card offers what? Please answer this question. the debit card. So obviously A cannot be the answer because it is the credit card. Now debit card offers you the online recovery of the amount of the card usage. C is the correct answer. Debit card offers you the online recovery of the amount of card usage, right? So C is the correct answer, right? Next question. Again, the debit card offers you what? Withdrawal of cash anywhere in India, statement of the account for a specific period, transfer of fund from one account to another account, balance inquiry, or none of the above. So, debit card. For what purpose debit card is issued to you? Everyone. For what purpose debit card is issued to you? So, the correct answer for this question is for what purpose the debit card is issued to you? Everyone. Yes, so withdrawal of cash anywhere in India. Yes, that what the debit card is offering to you. Which of the following is not a digital alternate delivery channel? Digital alternate delivery channel. ATM, e-kiosk, branch teller, internet banking, or all of the above. Very easy. Digital. Which of the following is not a digital alternate delivery channel for you? Digital alternate delivery channel for you. Not a digital alternate delivery channel for you. Yes, so if we talk about which of the following is not a ATM is digital, everyone. Please, ATM is digital. Branch teller is not a digital, right? So branch teller is the correct answer. Okay, next question. Modem does the following. What is the function of the modem? Okay, so modulates digital signal into analog, demodulates analog signal into digital, convert data into image, none of the above, or both A and B. Modems does what? Modem. We must have seen a modem, right? So modem does what? Everyone please answer this question. So if we talk about the correct answer, modem does what? Okay, so the correct answer is modem does what? Modem just convert. Modem just do what? They convert a digital signal into analog and analog into digital signals, right? So both A and B is the correct answer. Both A and B is the correct answer, right? Next question. A twisted pair cable consists of what? A twisted pair cable consists of what? A twisted pair cable consists of what? Twisted pair cable consists of what? Yes, twisted pair cable consists of two insulated copper wire. I have given you this, I have told you this in the class in the chapter. I don't remember the name, but yes, a twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, a twisted pair cable, they actually have two insulated copper wires. So A is the correct answer. Next question, which of the following is not a social networking site? Not a social networking site. Very easy. Now you all know this very easy. Which of the following is not a social networking site? Everyone. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, or Develop OPS. So yes, DEVOPS, DevOPS, it is not a social networking site. So E is the correct answer. In a microwave system, radio waves are modulated to carry information. Wave beams are sent from one antenna to another. Along the route, the received data is amplified and retransmitted. Microsignals may be passed on to the satellite. Very easy. All of the above. So, which of the following is the actually the characteristic of a microwave system? Characteristic of a microwave system. Everyone, characteristic of a microwave system. So yes, if we talk about the characteristic of a microwave system, all of the above is the correct answer. All are the characteristic of the microwave system. Next question. A simplex transmission is capable of simplex, duplex, and half duplex. Okay, remember this: simplex, duplex, and half duplex. Transmitting data only in one direction. Data movement in both direction, but only in one direction at a time. Providing simultaneous two-way communication. Data communication only or none of the above. Simplex transmission is capable of what? Smriti, Alexander, Hema, Smriti, Rigved. Everyone please answer this question. So yes, simplex transmission means one data at a time. A is the correct answer. When data movement is both the direction but only one in a time, it is known as half duplex. It is known as half duplex. While as two-way communication, it is known as full duplex. It is known as full duplex. So A is the correct answer. This is the simplex transmission. Next, IMPS platform provide real-time fund transfer which can access on multiple platform, which is not an IMPS channel. PBP, mobile internet, branch or ATM. Everyone please answer this question. Which of the following is not a IMPS channel? Immediate payment service channel. Which of the following is not a immediate channel? So if we talk about the correct answer, A, PBP is not a channel for IMPS, mobile internet branch, yeah, ATM. We can use all of these for the immediate payment services, not the PBP. So A is the correct answer. Next, multiplexer is used for what? Store data from large number of terminals, send more than one signal simultaneously over the single communication channel, enable more than one signal to be sent simultaneously over one physical channel, or none of the above. The multiplexer is used to what? The multiplexers is used to what? Everyone please answer this question. Multiplexer is actually for what? Please answer this question. The multiplexer is used for what? So multiplexers, it is actually enables more than one signal to be sent simultaneously over the first physical networks, right? Hema, correct. C is the correct answer. When you can send more than one signal simultaneously over one physical channel, then it's called as multiplexer. So C is the correct answer. Next question. Which are the electronic clearing system in India that are systematically important financial market infrastructure? UPI, NSCH, IMPS, CTS, or all of the above? Which of the following clearing system in India are important financial market infrastructure? Very easy. These are the important financial market infrastructure. So the correct answer is yes, so the correct answer is all of the above. UPI, NSCH, IMPS, CTS, all of the above is the correct answer. So if we talk about the electronic clearing system in India, systematically important for the financial market infrastructure, that are all UPI, NSCH, IMPS, CTS, etc. So C is the correct answer, right? Next question. NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer System, has batches for settlement. How many batches for settlement? 23, 24, 13, 48, or E means 3. This is very easy. You can all answer this question, guys. And everyone, you please just tell me if you haven't subscribed this channel yet. Guys, please do subscribe this channel because I'm going to take every marathon on this channel as you have seen the schedule also. So NEFT is done in how many batches? Everyone. NEFT is done in how many batches? So yes, NEFT is done in 48 batches. This is very easy. So D is the correct answer. Next question. National Automated Clearing House was implemented by National Payment Corporation of India for what? Clearing normal check, clearing MICR check, high volume electronic transactions, clearing prepaid instruments, or none of the above. NACH, National Automated Clearing House, was implemented by National Payment Corporation of India for which of the following purpose? Everyone. National Automated Clearing House, yes. So it is for high volume electronic transaction. It is for high volume electronic transaction, right? Next question. What is a GEM portal? So if we talk about what is a GEM portal, it is a centralized online trading platform for precious stone. It is a government e-marketplace for the procurement of goods and services. It is a government portal for emerging technology, or all of the above. Very easy. GEM portal is what? I have told you. Government e-marketplace. GEM it was. GEM is what? GEM is government e-marketplace. So obviously, sorry, B is the correct answer. So it is a government e-marketplace for the procurement of goods and services. So B is the correct answer, right? Now, which of the following statement is not true about IMPS? Not true about the immediate payment services. First, IMPS allows electronic fund transfer only through mobile phones. This facility is provided by NPCI. Instant money is transferred, allowing transfer money from one account to another bank. IMPS transaction can be done through bank branch also. Not true about immediate payment services. Very easy. Which of the following is not true about immediate payment services? So the correct answer for this question is yes, not true. Yes, Hema. IMPS allows electronic fund transfer for only through mobile phone. This is not correct. So A is the correct answer. Next, QR code consists of what? Black squares, a square grid, white background, information about the item attached to it, or all of the above. Very easy. QR code consists of what? Everyone. QR code consists of what? A QR code consists of what? So if we talk about the QR code, okay, so QR code consists of what? It consists of all of the above. So QR code has black squares, a squared grid, white background, particular information item which is attached to it. So E is the correct answer. Next question. BEAM stands for, very easy. BEAM stands for, everyone. BEAM stands for, everyone, please answer this question. BEAM stands for what? BEAM stands for Banking Interface for Money. It is BEAM? Just a second. I am confused. You are saying that BEAM is this. Just a second, guys. Yeah, it is Bharat Interface for Money. That's where I not banking, it is Bharat Interface for Money. Now, Bharat Interface for Money, there is nothing written like this. Bharat Intelligent, Bharat Interface for Marketing, Bharat Instant. So, actually, BHIM is not banking. BHIM is Bharat Interface for Money, right? So, it is not banking. It is the correct answer is this, which is not given, I think, in the question. It is interface, not in immediate, right? So, we have to think that Bhim is actually the Bharat interface for money, right? Now, this, which of the following is true for an e-payment services? E-payment services. E-payment system require only a messaging system. E-payment requires physical exchange of money. E-payment system involve messaging as well as settlement. E-payment requires only settlement or none of the above. Very easy question. E-payment, electronic payment. Which of the following is defined, better defined for electronic payment? Everyone. So e-payment have this messaging as well as settlement system. See, it is not the physical exchange of money. No, it require only a messaging system. No, only a settlement system. No, messaging as well as the settlement system. So C is the correct answer. C is the correct answer, right? Okay. The Bharat Bill Payment System, BBPS, right? So Bharat Bill Payment System is one-stop ecosystem for the payment of bills to dash provider, electricity, telecom, DTK, gas, or all of the above. Everyone. Bharat Bill Payment System. Yes, bill payment system. It is for each and everything: gas, DTK, telecom, or electricity. So E is the correct answer here. Done. Bharat Bill Payment System is a one-stop ecosystem for the payment of bills to the electricity, telecom, DTK, gas, or all of the above. So all of the above is the correct answer, right? Next question. Which of the following is a distinct advantage with UPI as compared to immediate payment services? So what is the advantage of UPI if we compare it to the immediate payment services? UPI is a mobile-based payment system. Branches can remit up to maximum of 2 crore using UPI. We can send a pull request to receive money, or we send money using IFSC code and account number. Advantage of UPI if we compared it to IMPS, immediate payment services. Everyone, what is the advantage? So yes, correct answer is C. C is the correct answer. We can send a pull request to receive money, which is not in the immediate payment services, which is not present in the immediate payment services, right? Next, what are the uses of hosting a bank's website on the internet? Bank website on the internet. What is the advantage of using the bank website in the internet on the internet? Everyone, please answer this question. Hema, Mohan, Smriti, everyone, please answer this question, guys. What is the advantage of bank website? Dissemination of information, yes. Financial advice, yes. Highlight the non-banking activities, yes. Selling your financial product, yes. So all of the above is the correct answer. All of the above is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following is associated with distributed ledger technology? Which of the following is associated with distributed ledger technology? Blockchain, 5G, ATM, RPA, or all of the above? Distributed ledger technology. Which of the following is associated with distributed ledger technology? So there were various questions from distributed ledger technology in the previous exam cycle. So this topic is again very important for all of you. Okay, so if we talk about which of the following is associated with DTT, DLT, so it is blockchain. A is the correct answer. No, no, not E, Hema. It is A. Blockchain is the correct answer. Next, communication technology helps in what? Processing the data, help in transmitting the data, enable a decision support system, tool for data mining, or etc. Or all of the above. So, communication technology. For which of the following purpose communication technology is used? Everyone. So, communication technology help in transmission of data. Communication technology, they helps in the transmission of data. So, B is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following is not a payment system? Which of the following is not a payment system? RTGS, Fedwire, NEFT, SWIFT, or all of the above? Not a payment system. Everyone. Which of the following is not a payment system? RTGS is a payment system. Fedwire is a, NEFT is a, SWIFT is like a messaging app, right? So it is not a payment system. So D is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. Clear? Okay, next. The universal set of standards for EDI means electronic data interchange is known as what? The universal set of standards for electronic data change or electronic data interchange is known as EDIFACT, EDI ISO, or BIS. So the correct answer is okay. So if we talk about the universal set of a standard, this is actually what? EDIFACT. So A is the correct answer. Yes, Hema, correct. A is the correct answer. Next, which of the following statement best describe the RPA process? RPA is a rapid method of developing applications. It is guided by Reserve Bank of India's cybersecurity guidelines. It aimed at automating business processes of all or of the above. Which one best define the process of RPA? Best define the process of RPA. Everyone. The correct answer is everyone, please answer this question. So, if we talk about the correct answer here, best describe the RPA process. So, RPA is aimed at automating the business process. For this, RPA is used. So, if we talk about the best description, so C is the correct answer. Next question. What is the capability of the chatbot? If we talk about the capability of the chatbot, it can mimic speech for stimulating interaction with human. It can deploy it for data mining. Chatbots are used for orchestrating DDoS attack or none of the above. Very easy. Chatbots. You all use chatbots. So chatbot is actually a mimic speech. So chatbot is a mimic speech which actually stimulates interaction with human. So A is the correct answer. Next question. Blockchain technology is used in what? Blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, physical currency, NACH, check truncation system, or all of the above. Blockchain technology is used in dash everyone. Blockchain technology. So blockchain technology is used in dash cryptocurrency, physical currency, NACH, CTS, or all of the above. So the correct answer is cryptocurrency. Next, which of the following is not one of the risk of online banking by banks? Online banking, not a risk. Low profitability, increased manpower, exposure to cyber attack, all of the above or none of the above. Which is not one of the risk of online banking? Which is not the risk? Everyone, please answer this question. Which is not the risk? Everyone. One of the risk. Acha, not nahi, it is one of the risk. Which is one of the risk? That's why I'm asking that, okay? So, which is one of the risk of online banking? So, you have to identify the risk here. Yes, yes, not is not mentioned, Hema. Yes. Okay, not. I just misunderstood this. Sorry. So, which of the following is one of the risk for the online banking? So, if we talk about the risk here, exposure to cyber attack, very simple. You know that whenever we are using banking, we are exposed to different cyber attacks. So, C is the correct answer. Yes, Hema, Mohan, yes. Next, the risk broadly leads to what? Okay, what are the characteristic, or you can say what are the situation of the risk, or what can be done from this risk? Everyone, please answer this question. Risk. So, risk, incorrect decision making. Yes, risk can lead to incorrect decision making. Interruption in activities due to loss of data. Yes. Violation of privacy. Yes. Direct financial loss due to computer fraud. Yes. So, all of the above is the correct answer. All of the above is the correct answer. So, yes, risk leads to everything, whatever is mentioned here. Okay. Next, the phases of disaster recovery planning does not includes what? Disaster recovery planning does not includes what? The phases of disaster recovery planning does not includes what? So it include awareness, preparation, testing, and recovery. These are the four process, the four phase in the recovery planning. Statutory audit is not the phase which are including in the planning process. So E is the correct answer. Awareness, preparation, testing, recovery. Okay. So E is not the answer. Okay. E is not the phase. So E is the answer. Next, the consequences of error in computerized system are more serious than in manual system. Because why the errors in computers are more serious than the errors in the manual system? Because computer process huge amount of data. Errors in the computers are generated at high speed, and the cost to correct can be high. Users of the computer system perceives the computer output to be correct. All of the above, or both A and C? You can all answer this question. The consequences of errors. So, Hema, if we talk about the error, what are the consequences of errors? Okay, so errors in the computers have huge amount. The users of the computer perceives the computer output to be correct. Okay, these are the two main things due to which the errors are more serious in the computer than in the manual system, right? So if we talk about this question, A and C is the correct answer. E is the correct answer, right? Next, which of the following is not a cyber threat? Which of the following is not a cyber threat? Everyone, not a cyber threat. Very easy, not a cyber threat. This is very easy, very simple. You can just all answer this question. Very easy. Not a cyber threat. So, if we talk about not a cyber threat, flood. See, floods is not a cyber threat. C is the correct answer. Next, which of the following is not the recommendation of Gopal Krishna Committee report? This is important question. Gopal Krishna Committee report. IT service outsourcing, customer education, none of these above. Cyber frauds or IT governance. Everyone, please answer this question. Which of the following is not among the recommendation in Gopal Krishna Committee report? IT governance was there, cyber fraud was there, customer education was there, IT service outsourcing was there. So none of the above is the correct answer. Okay. So because everything is recommended in the Gopal Krishna Committee report. Okay. So it was everything which is recommended in the Gopal Krishna Committee report. So C is actually not the answer, or C, none of the above is the answer, right? Next, patching operating system is done to remediate against what? Known security vulnerabilities, unknown macros, execution of unauthorized software, or DDoS attack. Now, this was based on technology. I have already explained this. Everyone, please answer this question. So the correct answer for this question is what? The correct answer for this question is A, known security vulnerabilities. Okay. The very first question, which of the following statement is true? So if you all remember, I have given you the explanation of what are the myths versus what are the reality of ethics. Myth versus reality. So you have to answer the question, which of the following statement is true? Business ethics modifies people behavior. Objective of ethics is managing values and conflict resolution. Business ethics and corporate social responsibility are same, and ethics cannot be managed. So you have to tell me which of the following statement is true. Everyone, please answer this question. So if we talk about business ethics modifies people behavior, no, in fact, it actually manages value and helps to conflict resolution. Manasa will right answer B. Ethics and CSR are not the same thing, right? And ethics can be managed. So this is wrong. This is wrong. B is only the correct statement here. Okay. Next. Which of the following is not a principle of ethics? Fairness, dignity, goodwill, remaining conscious for profit at all cost. Not a principle of ethics. Very easy. Which of the following is not a principle of ethics? Fairness, dignity, goodwill, or remain conscious for profit at all time. So yes, it is D. It is remaining conscious of profit at all time. It is not the correct answer. Okay, so D is the correct answer. Very good. Next. Sorry, Whistleblower Protection Act dash in India protects people who provide information about wrongdoing. So Whistleblower Protection Act dash in India protects people who provide information about wrongdoing. 2009, 10, 5 or 2011? Yes, so the correct answer is D, 2011. 2011 is the correct answer. Next, which of the following is not included in the Standard Banking Code of Conduct? Profitability, neutrality, reliability, or integrity. Not included in the Standard Banking Code of Conduct. Everyone. Everyone, Hema, please answer this question. Everyone who is watching this, just please answer this question. Which one of the following is not included in the Standard Banking Code of Conduct? Not included in the Standard Banking Code of Conduct. Profitability, neutrality, reliability, or integrity. So the correct answer is yes, profitability is the correct answer. Next question. Business ethics is helpful in dealing with the dilemmas, guarding your reputation, helps in avoiding future risk, or all of the above. Business ethics is helpful in what? Everyone, answer this question. Business ethics is helpful in what? So if we talk about the business ethics, yes, Kiruthika, Smriti, and Manasa. Okay, so the correct answer is yes, all of the above is the correct answer. It is dealing with dilemmas, guarding reputation, and help in avoiding the risk. Next, managing by values in an organization has few basic elements which include identifying your core value, communicating your core value, aligning values and practices, and all of the above. So, if you are managing an organization by values, then what are the basic elements which are included in this? Everyone, what are the basic elements which are included in this? Yes, obviously, first you have to identify your core value, then you communicate your core value, and then you align your value and practices. So all of the above is the correct answer, right? Next question. Which of the following is a feature of values? Feature of value. Value are provided, or value provided is standard for competence and morality. Values are very large in number. Values are relatively temporary and vulnerable to change. Which of the following is a feature of value? Everyone. Which of the following is a feature of value? Everyone, please answer this question. Yes, say. Value provide a standard of competence and morality. So A is the correct answer. Next question. The golden rule says what? First, don't react to others. Do as you want others to do to you. Do as you wish to behave, or none of the above. So there were three golden rules which I have told you. So which of the following is the golden rule? Everyone. Whoever is watching this video, it's a request that please like and share the video to the maximum you can. Everyone, guys. Just watch. Everyone, just please like and share the video. Okay, so the golden rule says that do as you want others to do to you. Obviously, so B is the correct answer. Ethical dilemma occurs when there is a clash between two right, conflict between a right and less right, disagreement between right or wrong, or all of the above. Ethical dilemma occurs when there is a ethical dilemma occurs when there is a everyone please answer this question. Ethical dilemma occurs when there is a yes, if we talk about when there is a clash between two rights, if there is a clash between two rights, then ethical dilemma occur. Okay, next. Integrity is the core value which makes an individual complete, makes an individual partial, makes an individual extensive, or none of the above. Please answer this question very easy. Integrity is the core value which makes an individual what? Partial, complete, extensive, or none of the above. Please answer this question. Yes, it makes an individual complete. Integrity is a core value which actually makes an individual complete. So A is the correct answer. Next is insider trading refers to what? Employee making use of confidential information, passing confidential information to relative and friends, trading in the stock market without informing the bank, or all of the above. Insider trading is what? Everyone. Insider trading is what? So, insider trading, employee making use of confidential information, yes. And this confidential information is passed to relative and friend, yes. Then they trade in the stock market without informing the bank, yes. So, all of the above is the correct answer. All of the above is the correct answer. Next. Job discrimination means an employee being denied opportunity based on what? Job discrimination means an employee being denied opportunity based on race, religion, caste, sex, or all of the above. Everyone, yes. So, all of the above is the correct answer. Basic question job discrimination can be on religion, caste, sex, or all of the above. Right? Everyone? Next, bank employees are expected not to accept bribe while very easy. Bank employees are expected not to accept a bribe while credit and appraisal and loan disbursement, yes. Monitoring and recovering of loan, yes. Marketing of bank product and services, yes. So all of the above is the correct answer. D, you are expected not to accept bribe in any of the condition, right? So all of the above is the correct answer. Next, if a bank strives towards ensuring sustainable development, which of the following hierarchies of bigger than self can be attributed? Community, religion, society at large, or global cause? Sustainable development is actually what? Community, religion, society at large, or global cause? So it is a global cause. Sustainable development comes under what? Global cause. So D is the correct answer. True. One of the following, which is not a remedy for unethical behavior. Not a remedy for unethical behavior. Very easy question. Which of the following is not a remedy for unethical behavior? Everyone, not a remedy for unethical behavior. Yes, if we are developing ethical manual, this is a remedy for unethical behavior. If we nipping the unethical in the bud, then it is a remedy. Means are not appreciated. Yes, remedy. If you are giving annual performance appraisal to those who are using unethical behavior, then it is of course not a remedy. So D is the correct answer here. Okay. Next, out of the following, which does not amount to conducting personal work during business hour? Not searching and comparing the product for online shopping, searching content and comparing corporate governance model to help the superior deliver a speech in the bank meeting, guiding employee of a small business owned by the employee, completing the school assignments for the kid. Not a personal work during the business hour. Which of the following is not a personal work in the business hour? Everyone. Not a personal work in the business hour. Everyone. So if we talk about the correct answer, yes. So this is not a personal work. Obviously, B, rest A, C, D are the personal work, right? Next, whistleblower policy for the public sector bank and RBI has been brought under the purview of Dash with effect from 21st April 2004. Serious Fraud Investigation Officer, Comptroller and Auditor General of India, Central Vigilance Commission, Chief Information Commissioner. Very easy. Whistleblower policy come under what? Whistleblower policy for the public sector bank and RBI has been brought under the preview of Central Vigilance Commission. CVC is responsible for this whistleblower policy. So it is C. C is the correct answer. True. Next question. An acceptable ethical behavior involves an employee's general set of beliefs, values, and behavior that he or she shape for day-to-day method of service delivery, dealing with what? Dealing with superior officers and board member, all category of customer and to the other co-employees of the own organization, customers only, or the high net worth individual. Easy question. Just read out the question and answer it. Everyone. Everyone, please answer this question. So, if it is an unethical behavior, it involves what? Okay, general set of belief, values, behavior that he or she shapes for day-to-day method of service delivery with all categories of customer, even the other co-employees of their organization. So, B is the correct answer here. Yes, Gopal, B is the correct answer here. Next, banking operation in recent year are become increasingly customer focused in a way, getting attuned to ever growing what? Regulatory prescription, IT challenges, customers' income or preferences. Why the banking operation in the recent year are become more customer focused? Why they are becoming more customer focused? Everyone. Why? Because consumers have different preferences. So, according to their preferences, we have to give them the services, and that's why they are becoming more customer focused because it is based on the customer preferences. So, D is the correct answer. Yes, Manas. Yes, Gopal. Yes, Hema. Yes, Smriti. Okay. Next, IT technology has broadly been used under two different avenues in banking. One in communication and connectivity, and the other one is for what? DRM, digital right management, BPR, business process re-engineering, intellectual property right, or data leak prevention. Everyone, please answer this question. So, information technology has broadly been used under two different avenues in banking. One is communication and connectivity, and the other one is what? And the other one is the business process re engineering, BPR. Yes. Next. RBI's Committee on Mechanization in the Banking Industry 1984 and on Computerization Bank 1988 were headed by Shri Y.H. Maligam, C. Ranga Rajan, W.S. Saraf, or M. Narsimha. Mechanization in the banking industry. Mechanization in the banking industry. Everyone, please answer this question. Mechanization in the banking industry. So it was actually headed by Dr. C. Ranga Rajan. Okay, so B is the correct answer. And the last question of this module is intellectual property right allows its creator and innovator to use this intellectual property for his or her own benefit and allow the government also to work, prohibit any third party, anyone else can be done, or dilute the credibility and confidence in the business space. For what purpose intellectual property right is actually given? For what purpose? So it is actually that you just use your intellectual property for your own benefit and prohibit any third party for the use of such work. So B is the correct answer, right?